This is pretty cool, isn't it?
I love it. I love it.
This is yours. It's got your name on it.
It does. I'm Freya today.
Oh, it's like, look, Tonor.
Look at that.
Tony.
I love it.
That's
Oh,
cool.
very cool. Nice. Been waiting for this one, mate.
So have I.
Yeehaw!
After the blue one sold, I just wanted another vintage.
That was cool.
That was the 20. Ooh.
Was that 20?
2012, 14 it was, yeah.
Yeah, that was a sweet kit too. Sweet kit. Hey, here we go.
All right.
Hey everyone, welcome to Killer Drums TV. This is a little segment that we call Gear, Gear, Gear. I'm here with special guest Jackie Barnes.
Yes.
I'm Tony Moore, and this is the awesome Malulabar Music, where you can get all your drum stuff and supply. Call up and ask for Jackie or one of the team, and they'll be able to help you. Anything you see at Malulabar Music that we show, you can buy it here. We don't get anything from it, actually. Well, Jackie might. He works here, so he gets a wage. Mate, I am so excited with this one.
Yeah, we've been waiting for this. We've been waiting to do this video for a while,
It's been sitting on the floor there, and we're like, oh, gee, let's hope that doesn't sell before we get to grab that. And today is the day.
They're all just reaching for a piece of you.
Jackie, how's this one fit into the retro series?
Yeah, so we've got here the Sonor Vintage, and this is a new finish for 2021. They've brought back the Rosewood finish, the Rosewood semi-gloss. So you'd recognise this finish from the old Phonics.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's gorgeous.
And it's partly why I had a Phonic kit in this finish, and it's why this has a real fondness to me.
Yeah.
So I guess with that nostalgic push, throwback to the old days, I'm really drawn to this kit for that reason.
Yeah.
Except when you hear this kit, you'll actually know why Jackie and I are like, this is sounding great.
Yeah.
This is one of those kits. So hey Jackie, let's talk about maybe the timber. What kind of timber are these shells?
Cool. So we've got a 9-ply beech shell, and it's German beech, so Euro beech.
Yeah, Euro beech.
So it's a very high quality timber, and it sounds great. I've gotten to know beech really well of late. I've started using a New Zealand beech snare live with Dad as my main snare.
Who makes that one?
Benjamin Lindsay of Swan Drums, who
Swan? Shout out to Benjamin Lindsay in what?
Melbourne.
Melbourne.
He's locked down in Melbourne, the poor fella, and I've partnered up with him and Swan Drums, and there's some really cool stuff coming. So
great.
there are actually some drums on the way.
Fantastic.
So there'll be some stuff to film.
And a t-shirt?
Yeah, several.
I've got what have I got? Prague today. I'm Prague. Like we can go anywhere.
But yeah, so I've gotten to know beech drums, and I've had another Sonor Vintage in the shop in this colour, the California blue.
Lift it up.
So check this finish out.
This is kind of where it started actually, because Jackie got this in, and we're like, oh, that's really lovely.
It's called California blue. And it is unbelievable.
So they've done a couple of finishes, so Rosewood, California blue, and what was the other one?
Silver Sparkle.
Silver Sparkle
has just come out as well, on top of the white marine pearl.
And they did black.
They did a red, like a red oyster.
Yep. And just natural beech, didn't they? Just a natural colour early on.
Not sure, but yeah. So these
we'll say there was.
But, so these are basically the vintage series are kind of a nod to the drums that Sonor were making in the 50s and 60s. You'll notice they've brought back the teardrop lugs, the old script badge, which is just so cool.
Jackie, I love this, right? So you can always tell when someone's assembled a drum quality. Look at the screw heads here. See how they all are in alignment? I love it. I love it. Who made this drum? Let me see. This one was signed off by, I'm not sure. Unowok. Here you go, have a look.
Smith.
If this is you, thank you very much. You did a great job doing this. Well done.
But the teardrop lugs
they're pretty.
They're pretty. They're really very cool.
It just catches the light well. I love the
vintage super profile hoop, which is a triple flange, but you'll notice they kind of round out the top and round it in towards the drum, so it's
kind of protect the edge from,
And I've noticed playing that they're really comfortable underhand.
Show the camera that snare, man.
There's a little throw off as well. Very simple design on and off, but it's very effective, simple.
Precise.
That I've been playing this you know, under heavy hand that I have, and haven't popped it off or anything like that. And then you've got your adjustment on the butt end here.
Yeah. Nice.
Very simple, classic. Very cool design. I actually really like this throw off.
Yeah, it's great actually. And the you can also see the little badge around this side.
Yeah, so you got your
made in Germany.
Little made in Germany badge there, like a little round badge. Very cool.
Just like how we like our cars. Hey, if you're from Porsche out there, Jackie and I, just hit us up. We're happy to do happy to do something for you too.
Drive.
Yeah, we'll call it drive. Once around the track with Jackie and Tony.
But yeah, these are gorgeous drums. The 9-ply 6mm beach shells.
Right, cool.
So they're nice and thin. We love thin shells.
We love thin shells.
We love round over bearing edges, which these have.
And I was saying before, one of the things that we've noticed in doing this, we've probably, how many kits have we done now? What, 15, 20 something like that?
Yeah.
We've done a few, and we get to hear them under the microphones, as you do too. But what we've noticed is that the shells that are thin, the shells that have a round over bearing edge, and the shells that are in birch, predominantly the ones that just have a little bit extra to them. Now, that's not saying maple doesn't sound great. It sounds great. But for us, playing live and under the microphone, they just have this, we're just drawn to them. There's something some sort of fondness about them.
Yeah, and this is the first beach shell that we've done. So I'm interested to see how this, records, and
it's quite warm, isn't it?
They're great to play. They're very warm. They seem very well EQ'd and balanced. They've got there's no kind of nasty tones coming off the drums. They seem very well balanced. Yeah.
I'm very excited to see this. Now we got, what sizes do we have?
So this is a 3-piece rock shell pack here. So we've got 24x14 bass drum, 13x8, 16x14 floor tom. And then this snare, which is available separately, it's a 14x5.75.
Great. So what would the 3-piece kit roughly be in Australia?
They retail around the 6K mark.
Yep.
So you probably pick one up a little bit under that,
That's great buying, great value for money.
For a German-made kit with the highest quality, and in my opinion, some of the best sounding shells out there.
Yeah.
So
Except
resonant.
this one's got like reserved written on it somewhere. I'm sure I saw that.
It's got Tony Moore. Double price.
From Santa. Oh. Very cool.
From your sons.
From my sons. For those of you who don't know, I'll do a very quick shout out right now. On that camera there is the master of all film, that's Jesse Moore. He's the guy that does all the film work. So nice and steady, good job, Jess.
And he's paying 60% of this kit for that.
And on that camera over there, that's Benny. Benny does all our sound, sets up all the mics, does all the recording, and he's camera B.
To get him to demo a kit for us.
We will.
He's a great player, so.
We might get Ben to do one maybe tomorrow. Yeah. Anyway, so that's the crew, right? So when you see Kilodrums TV, Jackie and I are here on the front, and those two guys are responsible for everything you see and what you hear. So shout out to you guys, thank you, and thank you for your Christmas present. I appreciate it. So Jackie, on the cymbal side, we've got a nice favorite here.
Yep, my UFIP established 1931 series. I've used these in previous videos. If you saw the Sonor SQ1 video we did at IJS, I was using the same cymbals.
Yep, beautiful. Similar sizes too, wasn't it? Or exactly the same?
Similar sizes.
I think this was smaller.
We're using a 19 here, whereas 19, now we've got a 20. We're actually using this as the main ride.
That was great.
21-inch rivet crash ride.
Yep. Now
and I brought the 22-inch ride out here and the 15 hats.
These are the store cymbals, hey?
These are, yes. So these are available, but I have the exact same setup here, and they've been my go-to cymbals of late.
You can tell why though. They actually fit the pocket really well.
Yeah, and they mic up really well. So overheads love these cymbals. They're not too overpowering, and you can actually mix these into a mix without them taking over everything. They're just got the perfect amount of cymbal. I'm very impressed. Perfect amount of cymbal.
They sound great. I noticed you got a new pair of sticks.
Yes.
Have you got a couple of pair of sticks?
I do. I just got these in.
Tell the camera about them. I'll get the others.
So these are the new Carter Maclean signature sticks from Promark. I've been a Promark artist for a number of years now. When I saw that Carter had announced a signature stick, I was very excited to try them.
Nice.
Because I'm a big fan of his. If you watch his videos on social media, you'll see what an incredible drummer he is.
What kind of style for the guys watching? What kind of style?
He's a musician. He's
He's
a very musical drummer. So he,
So if we interpret that, let's say a musician is designing a stick. What do they need in a stick, and why is this? I've noticed this is a bit different to normal stick.
It needs to complement all the sounds you can get out of the different, not only the drums but the cymbals.
Yep.
So he's actually designed quite a.
So come in close and have a look at the Acorn.
Quite a unique
it's
tip.
a fairly broad tip stick.
And one thing I do notice, and one of the things I love about...
Hold that still.
I can't.
Ben, hold that still.
One of the things I love about Carter's playing is his cymbal work.
Yeah.
And if you watch his demos on cymbals, they sound phenomenal. So part of that, he's put that into this design. So this kind of sits right between a 5A and 5B in diameter.
Yep.
So I think it's 0.571 is the diameter.
Hickory stick by the looks of that.
Hickory stick, and it's just slightly longer, which is a standard stick would be 16 inches long. This is 16 and a quarter.
Nice.
I use a 16 and a half long stick.
Yep.
I like the extra reach, so obviously Carter does as well.
Yep.
But yeah, very excited to have these in the country.
Have a listen. So this one here's another one, but let's have a listen to the tip difference. So with the drum tip on the stick, I was in a studio in Nashville a long time ago, and one of the producers said, "Hey, can you change something? Everything you're playing is great, but can you change something?" I reached into my stick bag, I pulled out an old pair of super thin Yamaha drumsticks that were from like whenever, and I played, and it was perfect. He said because the cymbals were too loud. Now it reminds me of that tip on that stick. So it's a bit broader. Let's have a listen to just between the two, maybe just on the ride.
Yeah, so here, just on the ride here. And then switching back to like this is a small Acorn.
Yep,
tip
so it's
here.
a bit of a lighter stick, but yeah.
It's a mellower sound from the Acorn.
And it's got a bit more of it's a bit more of a tartar, isn't it?
Yeah, I find that Carter stick here just actually has a little
broader.
It's a little bit brighter as well.
Yeah, just hit that one again. Yeah, it's just kind of more open sound.
And it also depends on where you're hitting. So if you're hitting more with the tip there, you're going to get a little bit brighter sound, but you can flatten it out and get a bit more weight to the sound, a bit more heaviness. So it's
good. That's a nice stick.
It's a great stick.
What's this one?
So the other one I was using here is the Annika Nilles, and I hope I've pronounced that correctly.
Annika? Hope we pronounced it right.
Correctly. This is
why I leave all the technical words to
signature
Jackie.
stick, which you'll notice the very different tip there. So it's quite it thins out right at the end.
And there's a fair bit of weight on the end of that, but it's thinner, isn't it? Looks thinner.
Yeah. It's still. Let's see the length. It's still pretty long.
So it's
still it's probably just a little in between. Standard length and the extra length on the Carter there. And then the other one I got sent out was the Elvin Jones, just because I'm an Elvin fan. So I wanted to
play
check
some
these
Elvin.
out. No one can play Elvin.
No one can play Elvin. That's the answer to that question. No one can play Elvin.
But yeah, so it's much lighter. It's quite top heavy actually. So you get that fast stuff on the ride.
I mean, we could do hours just talking about the difference of sticks.
Yeah.
But from a camera, from you guys watching at home, it's probably a bit boring right now. So we'll go back to one pair of sticks.
But anyway, so yeah, excited to have the
Shout
Carters.
out Promark.
Shout out Promark. Shout out Carter. Good job, man.
Nice. And they match the colours, which is good for me to put them all away with. Sweet. Well, mate, I reckon there's one thing we should do. We should let's have a listen to each of the drums
individual
first.
Drums.
Yeah.
We'll play around with the snare wires off, and then a little bit with the snares on.
Great.
Just go through all the drums so you can hear them. So have a
sounds
listen
good.
and see what you think. that song. They sound good.
It. Oh, mate. I think there's only one thing left to do, eh?
Have a groove.
Let's have a groove. I'm going to jump on that lounge and take it away, Jackie Barnes.
All right.
Man, there's a lot of love there coming out.
Yeah,
sounds great.
I just want to keep playing them.
That kick is just...
Oh man, they're a joy to play.
Mate, well played. That was awesome. I love that.
And it's funny how, you know, again, a different kit, it kind of makes you want to approach the drum set a little differently as well.
Yeah.
So,
what heads are on here? Just quick.
so they come with Remo USA
Yep.
heads. They're a coated Ambassador
Yep.
top, clear Ambassador bottom.
Cool. And on the
On the
kit,
bass drum, it's kind of like a
is it a
coated black dot kind
Cool.
of. Yeah.
So you reckon like an Ambassador black dot almost?
Yeah,
Or is it like
yeah.
a bit of dampening in it?
Because
it's
it
certainly-
does appear to have some dampening. Yeah.
Ah, okay,
There's
cool.
a little ring around the side, so.
It's
Yeah.
certainly punchy as.
Yeah.
You can
wow.
really hear that low end. So beach drums in the sonic landscape. What the heck? Beach drums in the sonic landscape. Oh, okay.
We've been in here for weeks. we locked ourselves in the store and we haven't been able to figure out how to get out, so
Oh,
it's
no,
going a little
sorry.
crazy.
We've had like this our third birthday. We started eating guitars. Hey, so the beach tone's really coming out in what you're playing. I can really hear the low end.
Yep.
And on the sonic spectrum of things, people often talk about maple kind of being brighter and or birch having a bit more articulation.
Yep.
And for me, beech really has a low kind of tone. It really sits well in good rock music. And
Yep.
it's very musical. And,
I
and
would
you kinda hear that.
happily use these in my world, which is definitely more in the rock.
Yeah, I mean,
genre.
I can sort of definitely hear this
Yeah.
in your, I mean, even when you're just playing then, you played differently to how you've played on a lot of the other kits. You sort of
Yeah.
really jumped in that pocket and just sitting there and loving it.
And yeah, these are, there's not much more to say. They're just beautiful drums.
We love them. We love them, and we should have some
Yes.
in our collection. Well, that's awesome, Jackie. Thanks for sharing that one with us. This is a beautiful drum set. Sonor drums. Thank you, Sonor drums. Thank you, UFIP cymbals.
Yeah. And Promark.
And Promark drumsticks.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jackie, for playing again and introducing this vintage retro kit once again. I'm Tony Moore. This is Killer Drums. You've been watching Gear, Gear, Gear. And thank you, Malulabar Music, once again. And we will catch you on the next one.